Stoner Origin Stories with Demi York and Bee Gutierrez.
How are you feeling?
I'm
you
good.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling ready.
We're ready.
So delightful.
We're ready.
Yeah. We're doing the things.
Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome.
How
Hey.
you doing?
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
This is Demi York. And this is...
I'm Bee Gutierrez.
And we are Stoner Origin Stories.
Stoner Origin Stories.
Do-do-do.
Dun, 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 dun. We need theme music. Enter
We have
theme music.
Thank you, Rock. You're the best.
Stoner Origin Stories. It's a good thing they don't have me singing on the theme music.
No, just chuckles.
You have a good voice. I have a terrible voice.
That's not true.
Oh, it's bad.
You can make noise.
It's bad.
You can make good noises with that mouth. Throat goat. But you got a new
Cheers to
sweatshirt that says throat goat on
I
it.
do have a sweatshirt that
And
says
that
throat
makes
goat.
me very happy. So, welcome to our pod.
I just feel like I should wear factual things on a regular basis.
Yeah, I agree. Let people know who you are. Let people know, hey, I'm Bee Gutierrez and I give great head. I think that's important for people to know. Advertise your best qualities. I think that ranks at number 7 on your list.
I'm advertising Carhartt, but I sure as fuck don't do Carhartt shit. Let's be real.
No, you don't do Carhartt shit.
Don't do Carhartt
No.
shit. You probably do more Carhartt shit than I do. I'd be like, no,
I can build
I'm just
a
gonna
table.
hire somebody.
I can build a table.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Nope.
super into plants.
Dude,
I
I've
grew
got-
up on a farm.
I've got issues with IKEA. Like, I can't do any of that stuff. I always ask one of those, like, those Fiverr people. You know how you can get Fiverr people to come and make
a
your
task
furniture?
rabbit. You're like, hey, will you
Yeah,
come put this?
TaskRabbit.
Yeah, come put this Swedish
Yeah.
puzzle together
Yeah.
for me.
I'm
Hey,
not above being like, will you come just clean my kitchen, just wash my dishes or something?
I can't do that. No, I don't understand people who like employ maids. I don't like that. It's like, you lazy little bitch, clean your own house.
I mean, I'm not.
I mean, if you're
I am
out of
who I
town
am.
constantly,
Yeah,
fine.
I'm busy a lot. so.
fine. Yeah, but that's different. So our pod, which we are very happy to bring to everyone,
Our pod.
because I get to hang out with one of my best friends all the time,
That's right.
and my comedy wife, and I love her. So this pod is going to be bringing you some of your favorite creatives. We have actors, we have producers, we have directors,
Music peeps.
comedians like
Mhm.
ourselves
Mhm.
coming on.
All
we
kinds
have
of people.
amazing like rap artists. Like,
We're going to
hip-hop
find
artists
people
that
on the
come
street and just bring them on
and
in.
be like, you know what? When's the first time you ever got high?
That's the whole premise. We want to know your stoner origin
Yeah.
stories.
How did you become the 420 Mary Jane loving little bitch you are today? Or maybe how did you like lose your way away from weed, and why don't you smoke anymore? I think that's cool too.
Either
to
way,
learn
we
that
want to
about
hear your
people.
first smoking weed story.
Yeah, we want to know everything.
We want to know.
and we want to have a good time.
Because
while
I
we
feel
do
like
it.
everybody has an amazing first time smoking weed
Everyone
story.
has a hilariously weird story.
Yeah.
And I think your first time smoking weed is so deeply personal. It's not like when you like have your first sip of beer because your dad was feeling cheeky and wanted to piss off your mom. And it's like, hey, here's a sip of my my Budweiser, darling.
Yeah.
And my dad literally did that. And I think with weed, like for me personally, my stoner origin story, I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
6th grade.
Okay.
So imagine tiny little me, freckle as ever, all the freckles,
Itty bitty Demi.
itty bitty Demi,
Itty bitty
very
Demi.
long hair, extremely awkward. This is like Abercrombie layering tank top phase.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're thinking like early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s, I was a baby. A
Mm.
baby. My sister was a drug dealer. So I was like, I had the goods.
Wait.
I had the
Before
hookup.
we get into the story, should we spark this?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay. No, please interrupt me anytime you want. I would love to get high for this. So
Do you want to do it? Because let's be real, I am not the best at starting a.
she takes
Just
these
take
little
it.
baby puffs.
Just take it.
Little
I do. I
baby
take
puffs.
itty bitty baby puffs. Okay. To be fair, there's reasons. I have reasons. Okay, because I'm an old bitch. All right. We got the young bitch. We got the old bitch. Old young.
Older.
old-
Older. You're not old. You're older than me.
Old pussy, young pussy.
All ho, young ho. Got it.
Old ho, young ho. Right. So the reason I take little puffs is because I'm a lightweight, first of all. And I also have
Which is
terrible
cute.
lungs. I have terrible lungs. I really am a lightweight. Like, I'm a lightweight, not just with weed, but like with like any and all substances. We're talking like, if I take too much ibuprofen, I have issues. So I have to be careful. All right. And I got bad lungs. I got like asthma and all kinds of shit. My fat ass fucking out here just like, it's not cute. So we do.
So pop-ups, this is lighting so fast. We love a Fiore. This is my favorite strain right now. It's called Pomelo Anderson from Fiore.
It's so cute.
It's so fucking good. This is like my favorite dancey high. For those of you who aren't experienced smokers, like every weed, at least where we live in California, where weed is very easily accessible to you, and you can look at different strains and be like, okay, that's going to make me this way. That's going to make me this way.
Excuse me.
This one makes me so dancey. It's like my favorite Sunday
It's really
afternoon
good.
high.
Yeah.
And it tastes delicious.
Dude, it smells delicious.
Mhm.
So when I opened that box, it had like a grapefruit
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of scent.
She's cute. She's citrusy. She's tingy.
Okay, we went down this road. Now, let's get back to Itsy Bitsy Baby.
Itsy
Demi.
bitsy baby me getting high for the first time.
Yeah, because now I got some weed in me and I can just zone out to everything.
So I was with a dear friend of mine at the time. She's still a great person. We just don't hang out because I live across the country. But we had a crumpled up Coke can that we had fucking put holes into to hold our weed on. Did you ever do that when you
Yeah.
were younger? And then you fucking light that shit. But we were back behind our grade school. Shout out Broadway. Shout out
God.
Broadway. What up, Tip City? So I'm sitting there and like the wind is fucking gusting. It's like it creates this tunnel of wind. We're sitting there, we're trying to hide it. My sister, the drug dealer, walks up and goes, and she goes, "What are you doing? You're doing this wrong." And she breaks out a fucking pipe, and it was this wooden pipe, and it had Abe Lincoln's head at the bottom of it. And it's my favorite. It was my favorite pipe. It was like my first gift that she ever gave me as a smoker.
Okay.
And then that bitch broke it one day when she was mad at me. That's some true middle sister activities.
I mean,
True middle sister activities. She's a bitch. Still is to this day. I love her.
I want one or two. more.
But
Do you want me to put it out when I'm done?
no, do
Okay.
whatever you want. But I'm gonna keep smoking. It takes a lot for me to get high. I have a
know.
huge tolerance. But so we then from our grade school,
I told
we
you.
leave and I am feeling fine. I'm having more confidence than sixth grade little old me has ever had in her life. I feel floaty. I feel airy. And we are just giggling all the way home. And you know, when you get that level of high, or you think your level of, like, you think you're that high, and you like are talking, but you're not really talking. You're
Mhm.
like, and like, but the other person can
She
fully.
was literally just moving her lips with no sound coming out.
Exactly. But like fully, you think that you're still talking to the other person. And you're just doing
You're
like
just
a lot of,
talking
you're
in your
doing a lot
mind?
of,
Are you just
to each
you're
other.
just talking in your mind?
absolutely. And so what we did was we went back to my house, and my mom now has divulged to me, now that I'm an adult, that she always used to know that I was stoned out of my mind because I would come in and we had this mudroom. You'd walk through the mudroom, and on top of our fridge was always these baskets of snacks. My mom is a great cook, great baker, and she always had a bunch of snacky things in the house. Because low key, Sharon, bitch, you a stoner too. My mom also used to hide her weed around the house. But anyways, I digress. She doesn't do it anymore, which makes me sad because I really want to get high with my mom. I love the lady. We don't even call her mom. We call her the lady. So me and Emily, we go in to my mom's kitchen and we start grabbing down all of these snacks. And we used to eat these really terrible, like, frozen empanadas that you could get at like Kroger's, Ralph's, whatever. And we put 3 slices of American cheese over them and melted that bitch down. And my dad knew, I knew that my dad knew I was high. Like, was staring at me like, interesting. The whole time we're doing it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And that was the first time I
Why
got
is your
high.
voice so high?
I was a child, first of all. Second of all, my dad scares the ever-loving shit out of me. So yeah, and that was like my first time ever getting high, and I've loved it ever since. I didn't like keep getting really high like that whole year because I was a child and didn't have access to money, and you can only steal so much from a drug dealer before they understand that you're taking their weed.
My fat ass for this whole story just went to what was in the snack basket.
Oh, we're a salt and vinegar chip household.
Ooh, that shit's
Because
so
that shit's
good though.
delicious. And like we're really weird about it. We have favorite chips and like least favorite chips. Like Lay's fine in a pinch. Fine in a pinch. But I am Utz. I love Utz. They have like the most amazing salt and vinegar chips. But yeah, and pickles. We always had a bunch of pickles in our house.
Vinegar.
Mhm.
So it's a vinegary house.
thing. It's a vinegary house.
Love
yeah,
pickles.
we're
All
Polish,
sorts of
Irish, and
pickles.
Scottish, so that tracks. But I want to hear
I like
about
a
yours.
spicy pickle.
Tell me about you. Tell me about what brought me Stoner Bee.
Stoner bee.
Stoner Bee.
So I've been an off and on stoner
Okay.
my whole life.
I think
So
that's
like
fair.
yeah, like I'll get really into it and then I'll quit for like a bunch of years or whatever, and then I'll get right back into it. I feel like that's kind of how it's been since high school. When my first time smoking weed was high school. And I was in the back of a car.
Paint the scene. What were you like in high school?
I was a popular kid in high school.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What were you like? I was popular.
Well, let's be fair. I went to a very small high school. There was 100 kids. It wasn't that hard to be popular.
My high school was pretty small too. I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I wasn't popular. I was like
not 100 kids in my class. 100 kids in
the
my
whole
school.
Well, I mean, that also makes sense.
There
You're very
was
fun to be
11
around.
children in my graduating high school class. 11.
Oh man,
Itty
that is
bitty
a
tiny
small
school.
pool of people to pick
Yes.
from for anything.
Yeah.
And I bet you have a lot of people who like became high school sweethearts and stayed together.
Yeah. Actually, I do know quite a few of people from my high school that like ended up getting married, and like, I don't know. I once heard a comedian say that getting married in high school is like throwing a blanket over your head for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that. No, I'm good. I believe that thoroughly.
Yeah.
Because who I am now compared to who I was in high school.
Yeah. Very different
For
people.
everybody, very different people.
Very, very different. I'm completely different.
Yeah.
I was straight in
Yeah.
high school. So that's
There you
different.
Go. There you go.
And now I date everyone. That's my whole problem.
Yeah.
There's too many options here in Los Angeles.
I was a good, proper kid in high school.
Oh yeah, I went to youth group a lot at one point. There was a time in my life where I was like, you know what sounds great? Christian rock camp.
Well, I went
So-
in my high school, like smoking weed was like a super corrupting thing. Like
yeah.
I
Well,
remember
yeah, I
like
can't imagine. 'Cause
people's parents got
'cause
called if
grew
you
up
got
outside
caught
of
with
Salt
weed.
Lake, right?
Huh?
You grew up in Utah,
I grew up
right?
in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
So I was in the back of a car.
Mormon
the first
land.
time. And I just remember the joint was so shitty. Like, obviously,
You're like,
whoever
is
rolled
this
it
even weed?
didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But I didn't know that at the time, because back then it was like a super illegal, super criminal type of activity.
You had to go through a ton of people to get
where
weed.
now we can literally go to the store and buy it.
Yeah.
But like back then, it was. This is the shit that all these
You had to
people
know
were
the
in
right
jail
people.
for all those days.
Mhm.
This is the
And
reason
still are.
so many people were put in jail. And
Yeah.
yes,
And still
okay.
haven't been let out despite nonviolent convictions.
Right. So it was like a really like, oh, we're doing some corruption shit. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I'm gonna go to jail. Yeah.
And I remember I didn't really want to do it at first because I was just like,
a little nervous, a little scared.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I want to say I was probably like 16-ish.
Okay, yeah.
Around there.
That's
so
a good quality age. You can drive a car
standard
and start smoking weed.
Your standard teenager. And I was in the back seat and I just kind of like caved to peer pressure and I was like, all right, give me it, blah, 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 whatever. Right. So I remember I smoked and I've always had kind of shitty lungs. The coughing fit that came out of my being was like a whole
To sound like a
different-
dragon. Like
it was just echoing from the bowels of my insides. Like, it was terrible.
I've got the black lung
Like,
pop.
yeah, the black lung for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. My soul was coming out of me at that point, right? I'm in the
Yeah.
back of a car, 16, coughing my soul out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was like, oh, I don't really feel that
Anything?
much. I just felt sick from coughing so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we need to go to the like Sev, right? To get drinks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That shit fucking hit while I was in 7-Eleven.
All the best weed moments always hit when you're in a convenience store full of snacks. Like
And
if you're
I
in New York,
just-
you're always in a bodega.
It was such a taboo thing to be doing. I remember thinking, I just don't want anybody to know. Just don't let anybody else know that you're high.
Act normal. Act normal.
Act normal.
Act normal.
Right?
Don't
So
worry,
I'm
gato.
I'm like doing the, okay, I'm looking at products in the convenience store.
This is how I always look when I walk through
And
the
I
7-Eleven.
remember looking up at the cashier guy,
Mhm.
and he kind of looked over at me, totally nonchalant, wasn't thinking anything of it, right? But in my mind, I'm over here like, that guy knows I'm high.
I'm
Okay,
just-
don't do anything more high so that he doesn't
Doesn't
know
know.
how high.
Uh-huh. You don't want to confirm how high you are to this man. I'm just a girl standing in front of a man asking him to let her pass with these snacks.
Yes. But I hadn't even picked up snacks yet. I remember I was just like very robotically looking around
Yeah.
this fucking place. And after I looked up and saw him looking at me, it kind of jolted me.
Yeah.
And I stepped back, and I had like a backpack on. 'Cause I
Mhm.
was a teenager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had my backpack on for whatever reason. And I backed up and I hit like an entire metal rack, and that thing tipped over, and that could have sounded off that the British were coming. It was so fucking loud.
Trying to be as discreet as possible.
And that loud ass noise jarred me, and I took 2 steps to the side and knocked over another fucking rack. And at this point, and in my mind, I'm like, just don't let him know you're high. And I was like, it's too late.
It's too late. They know.
He knows.
He knows.
Right? So I had like a drink in my hand.
Yeah.
Right? I got a drink in my hand. Didn't even pay for it. Just walked out. Just stole.
You're like, you know what?
Stole.
I am going to trash your whole store and then I'm going to steal from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to indulge in
What a
criminal
good
behavior.
kid.
I'm going to become a criminal. Might as well do it all. Right?
It's just like they told me the weed made me a convict.
it was, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on a Dare commercial. Right?
It's coming.
We've
They're
got
gonna
to
know
get her
everything.
scared straight. Send in the real hardened criminals. Let's take her to prison for the day.
Send in the clowns.
Yes, set her straight. Set that bitch straight. So I remember I got in the car and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Just fucking drive, man." And I just remember thinking for the rest of the day, I don't want to get high like that again. It was I had a very stressful first time smoking
That
weed.
sounds stressful.
And you know, nowadays I do it properly, so I fucking laugh. But dude, I have stressful weed. I had a stressful weed situation happen to me the other night.
Oh yeah? What happened?
Oh, I shouldn't get into that. No, I
Why?
shouldn't.
You can't like start a story and then be like, oh, you know what? I actually don't want to tell you, Demi. Please tell me. I want to know.
So I've told you I'm a lightweight.
Yes.
So I had
We have
3 or
accomplished
4
that.
puffs from the joint that we just had, and I'm good. I'm a
Vibing.
I am a happy
It's
little
good to know
camper.
your limits
You
with
smoked
everything.
quite a bit of that joint, and you're feeling great. You feel fine, right?
Yeah.
If I would have smoked as much as you smoked, I would have been in outer space.
I would be on the ground.
I am
Yeah.
I am a lightweight, and my brain just it can't handle it.
Yeah.
The other day, I was coming out of a show. The group that I was with had a celebratory joint.
Where was the show? Where were you doing stand up?
OC.
OC. Oh God. All right. What happened?
They had the celebratory joint, right?
Yeah.
We're all walking to like a restaurant afterwards to go get some celebratory grub, some fucking hot wings or whatever. Sweet. Stoked to go to the bar. These motherfuckers all took one puff of this big ass joint. It was a big ass joint.
Oh,
And then
like
all
a huge,
just because
like,
we're
8 gram.
walking, we all separate kind of, right? So they're all kind of, you know, talking to bitches over here or hanging out with friends over there, and it's separating. And I just get left with this big fucking joint that I don't want it to go out because we're trying to pass it around. Hold on. This gets so much deeper. You guys have no idea what's about to come out of me. So, fuck, man. So
Go on.
my dumbass just kept puffing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Like it's a cigarette
trying
or
to
a vape
hand
that you're
it to
just gonna be
random
fine.
people, and random people kept being like, no, I'm good. And I was like, I don't want this celebratory
Someone
joint
take
to go
this,
to
'cause
waste.
I am no longer good.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was just like, they're going to think you're a pussy. Don't fucking put it out. Just hold on to it. So I just keep.
You peer pressured yourself.
You
peer pressured the fuck out of yourself. I've done that so many times.
I was just like, no. It's just one joint. I'll be okay. Bitch, I know my limits. I knew I wasn't going to be okay. I wasn't going to be okay. And it's strong ass weed. It's strong. It's strong weed.
The creme de la creme.
So we get to the restaurant. I have my homegirl on one side of me and one of the boys on the other, right?
Mhm.
We're all just chilling at the table. Everybody's looking at the menu,
Mhm.
right? Because we got there. I ended up just like killing it. Like I killed the whole thing. It's not a B. It's not a B thing to do. I shouldn't have done it. And
no.
I'm sitting at the table and I remember that my whole body felt like the snow that you see on a TV that's gone bad.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. That static.
Yeah.
Yeah, that staticky feeling. Okay, so you were there. You were like,
and I crossed the line. So I started sweating. Like I could just feel myself feeling kind of like not sick, but just like I was over my limit.
Yeah.
Not in a good way. And I'm just at the table and I'm looking at the menu and I remember starting to sound robotic in what I was saying to everybody. I was like,
just like that, I was right back at the 7-Eleven.
Yes, 100%. Yo, this is a full circle fucking moment, man. A full circle moment.
At least you're still partying like a teenager.
And I was like, chicken wings sound great, don't they? Right? And I was just like, I got to go to the bathroom. So I exit myself out and I make my way to the bathroom. And I felt like I was walking in glitches. Glitching each way. Yes. I felt like I was walking in glitches.
Weird movements where you're
and
like,
I get into the bathroom and
Yeah.
I'm still feeling the whole static. My whole body's static. I'm still starting to sweat. I started to get super hot. This is not good. This is not good, right? I wasn't having a stomach issue. I didn't even need to pee, but I just went into the bathroom, went into the biggest stall in the back of the bathroom.
Always the move. I'm a tiny bitch, and like,
Yeah.
I still always take.
I like
the
space.
big. I like so much space. I want a studio apartment in that bathroom.
I mean, a space to cook some meals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me make
Prep the
my
turkey.
toilet wine.
Prep the turkey. What am I talking about? Yeah, toilet wine's a great reference. Where did make a turkey come from? The fuck is wrong with me? See what your weed does? Okay, this is where I'm talking. Okay, so I get into the bathroom and I just go into the motions of going to the bathroom. So I had a little skirt on with some like fishnets. So I
don't know how you perform in a skirt. I can't do it, mainly because I spread my legs open on stage.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured that out. I figured that out.
Like,
I figured that out past the fact.
Yeah.
Past the fact. But whatever. If they're there for the camel toe, they're there for it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad.
Camel
I've
toes
got
are
underwear on. Fuck
Camel
'em.
toes are in. People love them these days.
I'm just saying, I got underwear on. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer pulled her whole fucking dress up while she was pregnant. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
So I'm in the bathroom and I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm like, I'm like, in my mind, all of a sudden, I just started saying to myself, you're just overheating. You're just overheating. You're overheating. You're just overheating. You're a little warm. You're just overheating.
Toasty.
You're okay.
You're a little toasty. You're fine.
Okay.
You're going to make it out of this hellfire. You're going to do this.
And then I was just like, I can't stop overheating. I'm going to melt. Like I'm overheating to the point
I'm like a popsicle in July.
why do I have menopause happening right now? Like, what's going, like, how
You're in
am
the
I
mic.
having a hot flash? The fuck? I wasn't. I was hot for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I'm sweating on the toilet. I take my beanie off and I set it down on the little shelf that is above the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember I didn't even have to wipe anything because I didn't go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I stand up and I pull my chonies on. All right.
Uh-huh.
But my tights and my skirt were around my ankles. And I stood up and I said, I'm going to pass out. So I laid down immediately in that big ass stall on a public restroom floor. Laid down.
We are out of the COVID era for sure.
With my fucking bare ass back on the bathroom restroom floor. And you know what I said to myself? Oh, that bathroom floor is so cold. It's so good. Okay, I'm knocking the racks down all over the place at this point because then I turn and I look. My beanie's off, hair's all on the floor.
Going wild.
My whole shit, everything's on the floor, man. All right. But I was enjoying it because it was so cold and I was so hot and I just was like, I'm going to die. Right. So I'm laying on the bathroom floor having this fucking moment. And one of the people from the show, from the comedy show that we were coming from, comes in the bathroom. I'm at the back stall, so I'm like, maybe she won't see me. She'll know I'm high. I don't give a fuck if she knows I'm high, but I didn't want her to know me from the show, on the bathroom floor in the public restroom. Oh, God. So I tried to not make any noise. And I just turned my head to see if I could see her feet and then just had my hand right here so that she couldn't see my eyes. Right.
Like your
Just
eyes are
in
your
case.
only identifiable feature.
And then she turns towards my stall. I see the feet turn towards my stall. All right. And what happens? Here comes hair coming down to look under the stall.
Hey
And
girl, are
this
you good?
bitch totally saw me with my whole shit out. Mind you, remember my shit, my chonies are on, but my fucking skirt and fishnets are on my knees.
Damn, you look like you probably got used and abused and left for dead. Like,
Yeah.
no wonder she was like, I need to make sure this bitch is okay.
Let's see
she
if
just had a quickie that left her
there,
rock bottom in the bathroom.
Is she lying in a pool of her own vomit? And I just was like, huh? And made that sound and I sat up. And I stood up, pulled myself together, pulled
As
my
much as you
shit
could.
on.
Your dignity
right?
was left on that floor a little bit.
I had laid there for so long before that lady came in that I had actually cooled down and had gotten like my wits about me a little bit.
Yeah. Had a realization that you were laying with no pants on.
It shocked my body. The cold of the floor shocked my body literally into like, okay, you're not going to pass out, but you need to lay here for a few.
Yeah, you just need to take a little break, a little nap.
So I come out of the stall because the girl, I waited in the stall for a little bit. She wasn't leaving the restroom.
She said, I got to know who this bitch is.
So I come out of the stall and I walk to wash my hands. I walk.
You need a
To
fucking
wash?
shower. You should have done a whole bath.
My hands.
Ugh. Nasty.
Washing my hands. And she was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I just overheated.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Jan.
And I'm a little too stoned or whatever. And she was like, okay, cool. She was nice. She was at the show. I didn't have a problem with her,
Yeah.
but I was just like, she really was being like a girl's girl.
Yeah,
where
you
you
had
go
to
into
suss
the
out if she was
bathroom.
gonna keep that shit to
If
herself.
I saw a girl having a fucking like,
Oh, I would have already been out there like telling one of my friends like, "Yo,
we gotta
I
go.
just saw
Yeah.
this. I just saw this girl
No,
laying on the
I'm a
bathroom
girl's
floor."
girl. I'm a girl's girl.
Oh no, I would. My girlfriends. I'd tell my
I would have
girlfriends, not my
immediately
guy
been
friends,
like, no,
'cause
we
then
gotta
you gotta
go
go carry
save her.
that girl. You
Yeah.
gotta go carry her out of there.
So
You gotta go get the homies. You don't want to get the bartender. You
She
don't want to
goes,
get her
she
band.
goes, well, let's get you back to your friends. I'm just like, yeah. Okay, great. So we start going our way back through the restaurant. She takes me a different way than I came. And apparently there was a whole bunch of fans from the show.
That's amazing.
This girl has seen me just crawl off of laying on a bathroom floor. Right? Her friends, her group of friends stopped me. And
Yeah.
one of them was like, you're amazing. And I just want to kiss you, right? So this fan grabs my fucking trying to sober ass up.
freshly
like
cooled on the
this
tile
around
floor.
my head
Yeah.
and goes, "Can I kiss you?" And I go, "Nope."
No, I don't want that. Also,
And she was like, okay.
she was cool about it.
She was cool
She was
about it.
Cool. She wasn't all
She
Andrew
was-
Tate about it.
No,
That's good.
These girls were dope. Like they
yeah,
were.
yeah.
She was just drunk and like just super.
Vibing. She was like,
super
"I love you.
stoked
I love you. I
on-
get it. I want to kiss you all the time. I love
mean,
you."
shit.
Shit. Cletus. I don't know why. I don't know why shit always goes to that for me.
Right.
But
So
I'm glad she took it. I'm glad she took it on the chin.
But I was so awkward. I think I said something like, "No, I'm super anti-germs and stuff," which is that's not me. Obviously, I was just like, "No, not the germs."
Need
And
the
then,
germs.
you know,
God,
not
who
the
are you, Howie
germs.
Mandel?
I'm
Jesus
just
Christ.
saying. I know, right? And I was just laying on the fucking bathroom floor. Why am I bitching about germs? You know why? Because I
You're a
was way
hypocrite.
too fucking high. That's why. Okay? Stoner origin stories, ladies and gentlemen.
And stoner present stories.
My stoner origin stories has transferred to my stoner present story.
Well, you know what? At least you are consistent.
Well, all I know is that I hope that you do not smoke out of a can still.
I don't. I have lots of contraptions. Joints are probably one of my favorites.
I've done an apple. Have you done an apple?
Oh, I've done apples.
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah. I think the best thing that I missed from my youth were like the makeshift gravity bongs that you would do. So like you had like, God, this is some like redneck machinery I'm about to describe to you right now. So you had like a big like gallon bucket. You know, like the ones they use at like flower markets to like hold all the flowers and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have like one of those buckets. And then you fill it with water and you take a 2-liter and cut that bitch in half. You have the weed on top of that. And then you light it and you pull up the bottle out of the water. And as it does, it fills with smoke.
Like a giant fucking bong?
Exactly. And so then you
What?
pull off the bowl and you fucking rip that shit all the way up. And it's huge. It's a giant hit. And like I would do gravity bong rips at parties and I would be like, yes, I'm going to feel amazing for at least 3.5 hours. I am going to be so good. And then toward the end of that, I'm going to get a little grumpy, a little snacky. I'm going to want to go home. And that's a perfect way to leave this party. And nowadays, I'm a little bit more sophisticated. I've got a few bubblers. Oh my God, there's this really cute lady who makes bowls and stuff. She makes them like out of ceramics. They're pottery. And it's this like cute little old lady in Arizona. And so I buy my bowls from her off Etsy.
I love that.
And like I have these cute little spiky ones. And yeah, I don't know. I love smoking. It just makes me very happy. And I have a hookah at my house.
Nice.
Which I have like one that I've used specifically for weed, even though it like ruins them. But it's just
you know
so
me,
fun
I'm a
to
vape
do.
girl. I always have a vape cartridge.
Yeah.
Always.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just not an edible person.
Yeah, I'm not an edible person either, unfortunately.
Edibles for me, I like them a lot, but you have to be really careful. If I cut up like an edible, because my body just processes weed differently if I'm ingesting it. So for me, it just changes. And I think it's interesting, like the way that you find your yuck and your yum in smoking. I have some friends who like love like the like beers and drinks that they're making that are THC driven, like all the liquid stuff. But I once, oh my God, there was this lemonade. It tasted like fruit roll-ups. And it was like 100 milligrams of THC in the one bottle.
Like jungle juice, but with weed.
But with weed. And you were supposed to like take like, I don't know, I think it was like.
Remember jungle juice in high school?
Oh, I remember jungle juice.
I remember jungle juice from last weekend.
No, I went to a party at a comedian's house. Like like a month ago, and they had jungle juice. I was like, this is a room full of grown 35-year-old men who own this establishment.
When I was
and
in
you're
high
making
school,
jungle juice.
When I was in high school, they used to make it in a bathtub.
Oh,
you'd be drinking
out of a bathtub. And you're like, who knows
and
if you are washing your aunt's
It wasn't even good shit that was in it. It had like somebody would throw in like some weird Kool-Aid shit. They'd be emptying Squeeze-It bottles. You remember Squeeze-It?
Oh, yeah. I used to make
Kool-Aid coolers or whatever they were. There's somebody who had a Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Like, and they're just emptying all kinds of shit. Then somebody throws in like a giant frozen thing of like OJ.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're just dumping whatever their parents have in their fucking liquor cabinet. Mm-hmm. So they're like, check out this bottle of Chianti, right? And they're just dumping that weird shit.
And you have no idea what that shit tastes like. So you're just like, I just got to put in a bunch of sugary sweet shit to cover it up. I used to make this thing where it was Mountain Dew, blue raspberry lemonade, Kool-Aid packets, and Everclear. Oh yeah, in Cincinnati, we do not fuck around. Like in my college experience, in one word, drunk.
Everclear, well, of course, Everclear. Yeah. Everclear was a thing when I was in college.
Yeah, Everclear was definitely a thing.
It was a big thing when I was in college.
I'm so happy I don't drink liquor at all anymore, and now I just drink like beer and wine. I'm like a very different person on liquor. It's not my vibe. I'm
snooty,
so snooty.
bitch.
I love a Gruner.
She's snooty.
I love a Gruner or a soft blanc. I don't like that buttery shit. Don't give me a buttery Chardonnay. Who am I, your mother?
I'm only drinking IPAs these days.
No, I got out of that phase too. That was a phase.
My favorite is because I'm a rum and Coke girl. I have been doing Captain and Coke for as long as I can remember. It's what I stick to. It's what I do.
Without Captain and Coke, we probably wouldn't be the friends that we are today. I bet B and I were both pretty drunk.
Oh, should we tell our origin story?
Our origin story? Yeah, we can tell that.
You guys want to hear our origin story? It's a good one. I don't remember most of it.
Yeah, I mean, we can tell what we remember of it. So we used to do a show with this really great dude. Shout out TK, really nice guy. He used to run a show at a bar called The Federal.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I was supposed to be on the lineup that night. I was just dropping in. And B was already there and she was super drunk. And one of my favorite activities at any show is like sitting in the back of the room with the comics, talking shit, like seeing what everyone's up to, catching up, connecting, because I think it's important that we connect as people. Especially
back then, I rarely got drunk at shows.
Yeah.
Drinking at shows was not...
You told me that at least 17 times.
Oh, yeah.
I don't normally do this. But I'd love for you to be my friend.
I didn't. I was fucking destroyed at that show. Yeah. I did my set, and for whatever reason, after I did my set, I was like, I'm gonna have 17 rum and cokes.
But we had a good time.
I was gonna go hard, and I was really big on there was like a Fool's Gone Wild thing that was going around at that time.
Fool's Gone Wild?
Yeah. Well, I'm a fan, dude.
Yeah.
So good. And there was a quote from it that was like, oh, it's my fault, huh? It's a whole video. Go look it up. I'm not Google it yourself.
We'll drop a link.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. I guess we can do the research for them. Google is free.
But the guy said, oh, it's my fault, huh? Right?
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, that was super present in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just destroyed drunk, and I just kept walking around being like, oh, it's my fault, huh? Oh, it's my fault, huh? The whole night. And I was just, and then I meet Demi, and Demi was as drunk as me, first of all.
Damn
straight,
Don't let her
fool you. She
I
just
had
holds
a lot
her
of
liquor.
Coronas, and I also had smoked.
Yeah, she also holds her liquor better than I do.
That is not true. I can be a miserable, terrible drunk.
I'm a lightweight though.
No, I'm just saying if I do get really drunk,
like you can drink more
I don't like to drink.
She can smoke more than me and drink more than me.
Dude, I'm straight Midwestern strong. No,
Midwestern strong.
Midwestern strong.
We provide the strongest alcoholics
Oh.
out here in these streets.
God damn. What
Meat
else is
and
there to
potato
do?
alcoholics.
I'm kidding you not.
Anti-feminist
You-
alcoholics. Toxic masculinity loving alcoholics. Welcome to the Midwest, bitch. No, I'm just
I'm
joking.
from Ohio, which is my favorite thing that it's the butt of everyone's joke now. I mean, it is kind of a disaster. We've had like the chemical spills, first of all. Not great. Its stance on abortion, also not great. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like to drink like that often anymore. But I do get a little tipsy. I get dancy drunk. Dancy drunk me is my favorite
We
version
just
of me.
most of the time just smoke weed.
We
now.
usually smoke now. It's just nicer. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a better time.
Yeah.
Less hangover. I love a non-hangover day.
Oh, hangxiety. Can we talk about hangxiety?
What the fuck is anxiety?
Like, have you ever, like, if you've, like, gotten
What?
drunk and the next day you wake up.
That was a terrible origin story, by the way. That went nowhere. It was like, hey, we both met. Our origin story
We
is that
met, we
met,
got
we were drunk, and
I just
we
decided.
scampered away like two drunk white girls just sharing shoes in
Yeah.
the distance.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I just decided I wanted to be your friend. And I'm very intentional about my friendships that way. And I think everyone should be intentional about their friendships in that way.
and
like,
we're both completely insane comedy wise.
Yeah,
So her
we-
comedy is just as insane as my comedy. So
we are just loud,
our
crazy,
our
fun.
energies match well.
And I love hanging out with you.
High five, excellent origin story.
Yeah. Saved it.
We do such gentle high fives.
I don't want you to tap your mic. I know it's like your
I
favorite
really-
extracurricular activity, but I don't want you to tap
I've only
it.
done it like twice, maybe 3 times. Sorry.
No,
It's a cute origin
no,
story.
I think it's very cute. But you don't get anxiety? You
no,
don't.
you said, what did you say?
Like,
you said
so it's like-
anxiety.
Yeah, hangxiety. So
The
like the
fuck
next
is
morning after you go
hangxiety?
out drinking and like you're sitting there and like you had a great time. You had a wonderful time. You had a blast with your friends. But then all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's like you get this overwhelming anxiety, like you did something wrong or you were annoying. My biggest text that I send to people is, I'm so sorry that I got so tipsy last night. Are you mad at me? Are you annoyed? Was I annoying?
Oh.
And that is like if I have hangxiety,
Actually,
that's how
I
you
think
can
I've
tell.
gotten those texts from you before.
Exactly. And everyone's always like, you were completely fine. You were funny and charming.
Would you stop? You
And-
stop it.
No, I know, but it's not me. It's my brain that's telling me that. Like, I know that I had a good time. I know that I had fun.
Shout out mental illness. We all have it.
Shout out mental
Which
illness.
ones do you have?
I
We
have
can
a lot.
compare notes.
It's called trauma. But yeah,
I'm running on
I'm-
about 4 diagnoses strong.
yeah. I have 2 therapists.
Yeah.
Which is great.
As do I.
They hang out. They probably chat about me.
I
Oh,
have
that
given
crazy girl.
I have given mine permission to talk to each other.
Oh yeah, I have to. I want them to know. I want one of them to call me out for lying to the other. Like I want you to catch me
I just
because
snorted.
if you don't catch me, I won't not do it. You know what I mean? Like if
Oh.
it's like a weird check and balance in me having my 2 shrinks, you know? Because
You
what?
hear me crinkle?
What do you have in there? What's in your kangaroo pouch? Snacks.
A fruit roll up?
For the ASMR girlies out there.
These are the good fruit roll-ups. Do you know about these fruit roll-ups?
I don't know about those fruit roll-ups.
These are the EBT fruit roll-ups. These are the hood fruit roll-ups. These are not the boxed fruit roll-ups. These are the ones that you find
You grab in a pinch.
in the produce aisle. And they're hanging out in the produce aisle. I've been eating these since I was a kid. I'll never stop.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't stop
But
either.
they're very crinkly. And
What's
I
your-
forgot that I had it in my pouch.
I love that. You can have secret snacks with me anytime. It's just, I have a thing about mouth noises. So just don't eat them.
I didn't eat
I
it.
know. I was just reminding you.
Are you mad? No, I'm just joking.
No.
See, don't send those
See?
texts.
Yeah.
Ah!
Trapped. Bitch just trapped me.
I'm just
Ugh.
saying. I'm here for you.
I love you.
I'm just here to shove it in your face.
Well, Thank God. I mean, I feel so privileged to know you. I really do. I like, our origin story might not sound like a lot to a lot of people. It sounds like, two weird, loud, funny girls getting drunk. But she's become one of my favorite people in the world. And I love supporting her. I love supporting her comedy. And you should all do that because she's very, very funny. And I just adore you very, very much.
People.
I firmly believe in telling people when you care about them, and I care about you.
Stop it.
But I'm so happy that you decided to do this with me.
I don't have an awards ceremony speech planned for you.
That's okay. I didn't need you to. This is just coming naturally because, again, Dancy fucking high.
That weed smells so good. The second you opened it,
It makes me very happy. It's my favorite. It's my floral ranging weed. Like, I design flowers for fun, and it's my floral arranging weed. I dance around my apartment. I smoke that weed. I turn on some, like, Bill Withers or some Marlon Craft if I'm feeling,
that's a
like,
very
fuckable.
Demi thing to do is do some flower arranging.
And I just do some flower arranging, and I fucking vibe all by myself. It's my favorite me time of the entire week.
Okay, that's a nice downtime activity.
Yeah, it's my zen zone.
I like to go digging for records. Like vinyl.
Yeah, I love my vinyl collection. It makes me very, very happy.
I don't have a humongous vinyl collection. I know a lot of vinyl diggers have like these rooms and rooms full. But guess what? I'm not a DJ.
Well, now collecting is also so expensive because everyone is charging so much more for all vintage things.
I don't make me. I
do keep all my comedy. I have a bunch of comedy albums on vinyl.
That's cool.
That's my favorite thing to collect is
like
old comedy albums.
I do like to dig for records. That's one of my favorite, like, if I'm by myself, downtime things.
Yeah.
Zen out. Like, I'll smoke
your
a bunch of weed and
vibes
go look for records.
I think it's important to have those little moments with yourself.
But I'm also I also like the smells that you get in places like that. Like, record stores have a very specific smell to them.
It's like when you walk into a library. And that smell is so comforting to me. That smell, it makes me happy.
Record stores have that kind of, like, there's a dust underlaid to it.
That nostalgia. There have been moths here.
Musk. Yeah. Dust musk. There's, and also I really love artwork.
Yeah.
On albums and vinyl type of stuff. Like,
well, it's also something really cool to display in your house. We love that.
Before Instagram and all the smartphones and all that, right? Like, you'd get CDs and you'd like open up the CD book to see the artwork, see if the lyrics were in there or the lack of, or what statement were they making with the artwork on these album covers.
Exactly.
And I feel like
you should check out Ann Peebles, like,
but
old
I feel
albums.
like with Spotify and stuff like that, that kind of has gotten lost, those types of things.
Well,
I'll have a look.
That's not necessarily true. So I have a very dear friend of mine. Her name is Jess Sheldon. She designs album covers for like a lot of like people's favorite like artists. Actually, we should have Jess on because I want to get her to smoke weed for the first time. She's never smoked weed, and I would love to become her origin story.
That'd be cool.
She's the nicest person I know. We used to live together, but she designs album covers for the Jonas Brothers. She's designed Miley Cyrus's album covers. And from what I know about her and her process, she really likes to pay attention to what that artist has been feeling in the moment, what she feels the album is giving the world. And you should check out her work on, she did the album art for Spaceman for Nick Jonas. And a lot of like the extra additives that she put into that are really, really cool. And I feel like no one gave her enough love on it. And I'm so proud of her. I love her to pieces.
Photography aspects and stuff like that.
Because you're a photographer, so you get that.
Yeah, and albums and vinyls and all that kind of stuff. A lot of that's gotten lost because of Spotify, and people just aren't buying the physical thing anymore.
Yeah, it's just too much. You have so much stuff. Yeah. And people are just like, oh, we'll just throw that on there.
So that's just one of those little aspects that I really love and I zone out to. Like, so I've bought albums just because I love the covers. Yeah. Stuff like that. So, yeah. Speaking of artwork.
Oh my gosh.
Can we shout out our artist
Jose,
who did our Stoner Origin Stories cover art? He's amazing.
We love him.
He's
such a nice, gentle human being. Very, very sweet. And look, he gave me my favorite fuzzy fucking jacket.
And he put a beanie and hoops on me.
I like that I have
I
a
al-
crop top with my superhero pants.
I love that he gave me my chubby belly rolls. But why do you have superhero pants and mine look like yoga leggings? Like
Those are superhero pants with the same
this
structure.
is him telling me like, bitch, maybe you need to eat a salad.
No, it's not. Don't you put those words in Jose's mouth.
I'm joking. Jose, I'm joking.
But no, we are so stoked. So stoked to bring this pod to everyone because it's something that we're really passionate about. And eventually we're going to start bringing on people that actually research the effects of cannabis on your body. We're going to have stoner science episodes where we get into like the growing and like, what's that process like?
And stoner snacks episodes.
Yes, stoner snacks where we like, actually, I feel like stoner snacks are something we're always going to talk about.
That. You know, I'm going to talk about snacks.
Our first guest is Chris Cope, who is amazing, and we love Chris.
We love Chris.
He's my comedy husband. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I adore him. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met. He has a great special on Dry Bar Comedy. If any of you guys want to check it out, so you kind of are more familiar with him.
Yeah.
When you come to watch the next episode or listen to the next episode, however you're taking this in. But I'm so excited because he is just the happiest human being, and he makes me giddy on the inside every time I see him. We love him.
We love you, Chris.
We love you, Chris. And we're excited to have you on. And then we have so many other cool guests that we're going to be having on the pod.
We have Rachel Wolfson coming.
Rachel fucking Wolfson.
From Bucking Jackass.
From Jackass.
From
and she's
Jackass.
Also, jelly bean of a human being.
She's also a excellent stoner.
Excellent stoner.
A pro.
She could kick my ass in a smoke off.
I am a novice.
She could kick my ass in a smoke off.
This is pro shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about having to lay on a bathroom floor after I smoke weed with her.
But it'll be worth it. Because we'll get to hang out and talk with her.
Bee passed out halfway through the episode. We don't know what happened to her.
We have no idea. We have Brooke Markham, who is a fantastic actress. She was in the show In the Dark on Netflix, I believe, if you haven't seen it. She's also a wonderful human. She just actually directed her first short. So I'm excited to talk to her about that and like what that experience was like for her.
That'll be amazing.
And because I want to see more women out there directing and doing shit and kicking fucking ass. And it's a dark comedy, and I love a dark comedy because I am a dark comedy myself.
Yeah. And we have Booty Brown from the hip hop group The Far Side.
Hell yeah.
Coming out to talk to us about he has come up with a vape cart.
But I love you, and I'm so excited, and I hope that all of you will continue to listen and hang out with us.
I love you.
And see what it's like to like get stoned with a bunch of creators and hear all about how they started getting stoned.
Fuck yeah, but we got to end this episode because I want to eat that fruit roll up really bad.
I want Taco Bell. So.
Oh, I'm in your car, so I guess we're getting Taco Bell.
We're getting Taco Bell.
Yes, we're getting Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Live Mas.
All right, whatever.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Okay. Bye.